My name is Emily Zun, and I'm a senior at Penn studying biology and business. As I reflect on my college experience, I see how faithful God has been to me through the roller coaster ride of the past few years. I've believed in Jesus for as long as I can remember, yet I didn't grow up going to church regularly. My mom is Christian, but she doesn't really go to church anymore, and my dad doesn't believe in God and would often question my faith growing up. So I didn't really truly come to know Christ until college, once I started attending GCC regularly and joined a family group. But before college, over the summer, I traveled to Hong Kong for the first time, and it was my first time living by myself for an extended period of time. I felt extreme loneliness being away from family and friends and everything I knew in the US. But there, Jesus met me and told me to find a church. So one day, I randomly Googled English-speaking church and found myself at a church called the Vine Church, where I found a loving, Christ-centered community I could worship with in the parks of Hong Kong and have deep conversations with about justice and about grace and how Jesus can have both. This motivated me to continue going to church and find a community when I came to college, which I found in GCC after meeting Jenny Chen and Connie Chen through cohorts in Morton. Jesus has been so faithful to me throughout Penn. Christ has met me when I'm on the verge of breaking down from the stress of schoolwork from a heavy course load, extracurricular commitments, and keeping up with family and friends. So many times in college, from Penn's environment, I felt like everything is just moving too fast, too quickly for me to process. But Jesus has faithfully met me in these stressful moments, reminding me that He is there with me, and how little my day-to-day worries matter in comparison to eternal life with Christ. When I start feeling anxious about things I can't control, Christ answers my prayers and tells me to trust in Him. GCC has provided an incredible loving community where I can be real about my challenges and grow closer to God with all of you, my fellow brothers and sisters. During my junior year, I experienced some of the toughest challenges in my life and felt totally helpless for the first time. In November of my junior year, my older brother was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease and had trouble walking due to severe joint pain. The next March, my grandma, who lived with me growing up and I was extremely close to, passed away after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. Being away from home was so difficult when I knew how much my family was hurting, especially my mom. And I remember my dad told me to look out for my older brother, and that my dad was afraid my brother would be handicapped one day from the autoimmune disease. At first, I remember I questioned God for why this was happening to two of the closest people in my life. But there were many different silver linings, like when my family group, Eclipse, gave me a teddy bear and a card, or when I found out that my grandma actually accepted Christ right before she passed away in the hospital, and my pastor from home prayed for her. Ultimately, I realized that God has a plan for me, even when it seems so hard and so difficult at the moment. The family hardships actually brought my family closer together and encouraged my mom and my grandpa to attend church more regularly. Jesus has been my rock, reminding me constantly that He is sovereign and that He has a plan. Christ's love and grace has helped me to overcome challenges that are insurmountable on my own. Trusting in God has helped me realize that He truly does have a wonderful plan for all of us, even more beautiful than we could ever imagine. So as I move on into the next chapter of my life, working in New York City, I look forward to what God has in store for me. I'm so grateful to be able to run this race with this loving community with you all in GCC. So thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of this journey and for sticking with me. I love you all, and let's press on for Jesus.